As for the visitors, Al-Akhdoud welcome back Mali international striker Ibrahima Kone after suspension in preference to Salih Al-Abbas. Saïd Al-Rabai and Hussein Al-Zabdani are added to the back line, while Knowledge Musona comes into midfield with Awad Khamis Petros and Juan Sebastian Pedrosa, all absent today. So we're almost ready to go in this fixture, and what a tough one for any team heading to the Kingdom Arena. A 100% record for Al-Hilal. 8 wins from 8, the success they've had this season. 14 wins from the opening 17 matches, much of it built on the success on home soil. And it's hard to construct a scenario where Al-Akhdoud will get the better of the champions today.
Yeah, it really is, and actually that defeat for Al-Hilal to Al-Qadisiyah almost makes it even worse, because it sharpens the focus for Al-Hilal. So I think today it's almost like a wounded animal. They'll come out all guns blazing just to show why they are top of the league.
Yeah, they're going to need to be on their A game today, Al-Akhdoud, I think. But as we mentioned, they have won 3 matches away from home. They've avoided defeat in exactly but they are only 1 point above the relegation zone. I'm sure they won't be fazed by that. This is a team who stayed up by 1 place and a single point at the end of last season.
But still, you'd rather be out of the situation if possible, in terms of, when you mention, when it's so close, 1 point, a draw could be massive, and it's the same with the goal difference. And you mentioned against Al-Hilal, Al-Fateh, how they conceded so many goals late on. So again, that will be a contributor to Al-Akhdoud.
Marcos Leonardo gets the match underway. And in the lilac strip, their change strip today, Al-Hilal kicking from right to left in the first half. It's Khalidou Koulibaly, who's got Hassan Al-Tambakti alongside him today in the heart of defence. It's the 4th time that Al-Tambakti has started in the league so far this season. He's in possession at the moment, played 90 minutes in the last game. Ali Al-Boulai's missing today, and here's Moteb Al-Harbi on the left-hand side, in for Renan Lodi, who picked up an injury in that last game and is unavailable for this one today. But an early attacking opportunity perhaps here for Al-Akhdoud, and played across by Basagog to the far side. Early pressure on the Al-Hilal goal, and Al-Tambakti steps in to try to halt the advances of Musona, the Zimbabwean.
And you see, in terms of that aggression by Musona, just maybe a little bit, too far to that aggressive side for the referees' liking, but nice, direct, tries to get the ball in the box. But you see initially how Al-Akhdoud, they were so compact. The 5 at the back, you saw the shape really precisely, but then going forward they were very direct, and that's going to be a pattern of the game for them.
You say 5 at the back, and the rest, I think, won't it, at various points during this game? It'll have to be. Yeah,
of course it will, because Al-Hilal, they've got that much threat all over the pitch. It's not just about the forward line, Leonardo, and then that forward 3 in behind Milinkovic, Savic, Ruben Neves has got such fantastic technique on the ball, and João Cancelo as well. He adds assists to this team, so every player in this 11 has a threat.
Jorge Jesus, by the way, just looking at the stats before the game, since he's been at the club, an 85% win rate. It's extraordinary. Great coach, but what a record he's got with Al-Hilal. They're on the attack here as it's into the middle, and Al-Dawsari swings his right leg at the ball. It's headed away by Al-Muwad to Godwin on the far side, and Saviour Godwin. But the host dominating the early exchanges. This is Milinkovic Savic. It's fallen cut nicely here for Salim Al-Dawsari.
Hits the side of his foot and drags it wide, but that's a big opportunity for someone of his quality.
Yeah, absolutely. A really good chance there in the opening couple of minutes or so, and Al-Dawsari still looking for his first goal since the middle of October.
Pain in that that happens as a player, but you try to play on, see if, give yourself 5 or so minutes. Can you run it off? Does the adrenaline take over? But in this point for Lowe, it doesn't look like it has.
It doesn't look like they might have to make a change, but He's been on a good run of... he's just been getting a run going, actually, in the team. 5th match in a row, but they are going to make a change. Mohamed Al-Akhdoud is going to have to come on, a player they signed from Al-Fayha last year. He's a central defender. Actually, he started 10 of the league games so far this season, so he would settle straight back in, but determined to walk off the field under his own steam. Damien Lowe, the Jamaica international. Well, let's hope that that's not a major problem that he's got there, and whilst his race is run for today, let's hope that he's not out for long. So Lowe, it would appear, is leaving the field, and it does rather look as if he's not going to be coming back on.
And you said about the fact that he's just starting to get a run in the team, and that frustration, the hitting the ground, some of it will be the pain, but some of it, I say, in the back of his head, he'll know that he's had a good run in the team. You don't want to get injured while you're progressing, and that's why, another reason why he'll be so upset.
So they're down to 10 at the moment. I'll keep an eye on that for you. Just the 1 goal in the game up to this point. Hassan Al-Tambakti is Al-Harbi, Al-Dasri. Good combination. Didn't quite fall for Caio Cesar, but very nearly did. Now, can Al-Akhdoud create an opportunity between now and half-time? Get themselves back on level terms in this match. Plenty of attacking intent whenever the opportunity arises, but nothing really for Yassine Bono to do in the home goal so far.
It's particularly been Kone and Basagog that have looked the brighter, but without really troubling the Al Hilal goalkeeper, Bonu.
Basagog was just sent to the floor there by a little nudge from Al-Tambakti. She's just trying to point out to the assistant on the near side. Here come Al Hilal. Joao Cancelo. Away from Aid Mawalad. Really good play, and Mawalad able to slide in and put it behind for a corner. I think he's injured himself in the process, but more good play from Joao Cancelo.
He looks really bright, doesn't he, down the right-hand side. I've just noticed as well, Damien Lowe's come back on. He's slotted back in, so interesting to see what happens with him. I imagine he'll try and stay on the pitch for this half and then get more medical intervention at half-time.
Desperate to keep that run going in the side, and there's Lowe, just conversation with the referee saying, no, not ready to go off at the moment, I'm going to give it another go. Ruben Neves with this corner. Keeper thought about coming, thought better of it. Opportunity to clear it away. This is Knowledge Musona. He was looking for Godwin. Back with Neves. More defending to do for Al-Akhdoud, and that was a pretty clumsy challenge, which concedes a free kick there from Al Rubai, right under the referee's nose.
Yeah, you could see it coming an absolute mile off as soon as Malcolm gets that touch. You know that Al Rubai's completely mistimed it, and it's a free kick in a really good area for Al Hilal.
And we are going to get that change now. And Damien Lowe, well, he did his best to try to continue, but if you've got a rib injury, it's difficult, isn't it? It does rather look as if that's the problem.
Yeah, and it's such a problem, it affects everywhere. You know, it's the centre of your body, so any sort of injury, your torso, there's nothing you can do about it. It's so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, breathing's painful enough, isn't it, with an injury like that? So here comes the change. Al-Akhdoud comes on. He's got a decent amount of experience as well. Mohamed Al-Akhdoud, it's his 59th appearance in the Saudi Pro League. So Milinkovic-Savic, Malcolm and Ruben Neves near the ball. They've certainly got options here, Al Hilal, as they look to double their lead. And Milinkovic-Savic with a beauty of a free kick. It's a perler of a curler. What a goal for 2-0. A stunning dead ball strike.
An absolutely brilliant finish, and I praised him earlier because I think he's been really aggressive in the way that he wants to add to the attack today. We know he's got that quality on the ball, but it was really interesting. One, I thought initially it suits the left footer in Malcolm. Look at that, the dip, the whip to get it over the wall and back under. And Neves as well, you see he comes out of the situation and just sits in the eye line of the goalkeeper, jumping up and down. But even so, I don't think the goalkeeper gets anywhere near it. Even if he does get a full look at it, it's a wonderful free kick.
What a lovely goal that was. 12th of the season in all competitions for the Serbian midfielder. That's equalling his goal tally from the whole of last season already. And here they come again, hungry for more, and that's an anxious moment there, right on the edge of the penalty area for Al-Akhdoud, and it's a yellow card for Al-Rubai. That's not his first foul, and neither is it his first foul in the last couple of minutes. He paid a high price for his last one, conceding that free kick from which Al Hilal have just scored. And this challenge, well, it was right on the edge of the box.
It was, and I think by the look of that, the challenge is outside the box.
Just he's clattering into Caio Cesar.
He's taking a massive, massive risk, but you see there's no doubt now that Cesar is outside of the box initially with the challenge and goes in to double check the referee, but Al-Rubai is putting his team into all sorts of danger.
Well, it could hardly have been closer, could it really, without being inside the penalty area? So to a certain extent they've dodged one there.
This is interesting though, it's a tough angle. It suits probably the left footer in the sense if you go in for goal, but still the angle's not great, and Neves is over the ball at the minute, so is it more towards trying to find someone else in the box?
A minimum of 8 additional minutes here at the end of this first half.
Had a lot of stoppages, the goals, substitutions, obviously Low going down a couple of times as well.
It's not great, is it, if you're an Al-Akhdoud player and you look across to the technical area at that moment. Another 8 minutes at least to get through before the break. Ruben Neves is taking control of this situation. We've seen him deliver a pinpoint free kick onto the head of Marcos Leonardo in the 9-0 win against Al-Fateh. Back with Cancelo. Malcolm. Al-Tambakti. It's an awkward bounce and Marcos Leonardo was there. The keeper beaten by the bounce of the ball. 2 quick goals late in the first half, and suddenly Al Hilal racing into a 3-0 lead.
Well, mission that Al-Tambakti did keep himself onside.
Just of course is enough. And the keeper at the bounce, taking the ball agonisingly out of reach for Paulo Vitor, the goalkeeper. Al-Rubai away to the far side. The pressure is relentless here late in the half. This is Koulibaly getting in on the act.
Just kept going, didn't he? It opened up for him, so why not?
Hassan Al-Tambakti with drilling that header into the ground.
And it's an interesting angle. This will show us better. Was it going in? I'm not sure, but I'm in Marcos Leonardo's camp just to make double sure. The last thing you want is to let that drop and it fly past the post, and as a forward you've got to tap them in.
He was never going to allow that to drop, was he? Well, they're happy again, and the disappointment of Monday's result against Al-Akhdoud is just disappearing in the rearview mirror for Al Hilal. They're heading back to winning ways, it would seem. 3-0 up here. We're not quite done in the first half. That saviour Godwin.
You see that, it's just that coming together, isn't it, with Al Harbi trying to win the ball but getting more of Godwin's foot.
Well, until the 43rd minute, I think Stephen Thomas would have been quite happy at 1-0 with his team. It's just slipped away from them late in the half, but as I mentioned before, Al Fateh conceded 2 goals in added time at the end of the first half, so a 2-0 deficit suddenly became 4 in that thumping of a match. There's a comfortable catch in the end for Bonu.
That's the thing with teams like Al Hilal, when there's so much quality in there, they can turn it on in a split second, and as you say, next thing you know, instead of being 1-0 down, you're 3 down.
Here comes Malcolm and the very timely interception made by Mohammed Al Saeed. Basogok. Out of reach for Al Sabdani. Koulibaly for Al Hilal. Caio Cesar. Away from the fullback. Away from the substitute, and almost squeezing it in at the near post. Beaten away by Paulo Vitor. More exciting play by the debutant there, Caio Cesar.
Love it, and you can hear his teammates, I'm not sure exactly who it was, saying, "Go Caio, go." And that's why, because he's got that ability, he's got the speed, he's got the technicality on the ball to take players on and make things happen.
Al-Akhdoud just need to hear this half-time whistle. Sharp Cancelo. It was Koulibaly trying to get on the end of that delivery. Al-Akhdoud with a man down right on the edge of the penalty area. I think it's Al-Muwallad. Home crowd howling for a decision from the referee.
I'm not sure, I think it was Al Zabdani, wasn't he? Flies out. I'm not sure how that's not a foul.
Cesar was on the end of it, but he's back up on his feet. There's a half-time whistle, and it's been an excellent first half for Al Hilal, capped really by the magnificent free kick from Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. A debut goal to get the ball rolling from Caio Cesar as early as the 4th minute. Marcos Leonardo continuing his excellent goal-scoring run in added time at the end of the half, and Al Hilal bouncing back from that defeat in their last match. At the break, it's Al Hilal 3, Al-Akhdoud 0.
They say the soul never changes. It's the one thing that stays constant. While what we see around us may change and grow, the feeling of where it came will always stay the same. So come, we have much more to share. Malaysia, truly Asia.
Singapore, ready or not?
Singapore ready or not?
Fantastic rally.
The action confirm shot. Confirm shot.
What? Down the line. The riskier of the two shots, she went for it.
Singapore smash.
How on earth does he do this?
They say the soul never changes. It's the one thing that stays constant. While what we see around us may change and grow, the feeling of where it came will always stay the same. So come, we have much more to share. Malaysia, truly Asia.
Game. Odo to tell.